First things first, hi, I'm Tom, Orphan Source 1. So welcome to my review of Pokemon 2019, Episode 22, Farewell Reboot. So we get some really fun Ash and Go banter to start the episode with. It's a nice little character moment between the two, as they head to their destination of Little Root Town. And a fun little detail is that Little Root Town is actually on the ocean in Advanced, so it's very nice to see that detail carry over here. And we learn that boys have been sent on a research task, which is also very good to see because the whole premise of the series is that they're research fellows at the lab, so they're actually doing their job for once. So Go is clearly starting to feel that Raboot's attitude isn't too great, and while out doing some research they run into a group of Zigzagoon. And there's also a Lombre that Raboot notices, as they attempt to steal Ash's pack. Raboot does stop them, but that night he does sneak off. So Go is very clearly hurt that Raboot doesn't really pay attention to him, and the bonds between Ash and Pikachu further make Go feel worse about that. After buying Raboot a bunch of apples, Go has a moment where he expresses these frustrations after Raboot refuses to give him one. The person at the stall that they bought the apples from theorizes that it could just be a rebellious stage, like a teen might have. So yes, the idea that it's a Charmeleon 2.0 situation is wrong pretty much, and you get the idea that once Raboot evolves, it'll likely be back to its more peppy personality. As all the Silcoon evolve and start their migration halfway into the episode, it leaves a lot of time left in the episode to focus on the conflict between Go and Raboot. Go finally enlists Ash to help, and we get to see more of a bond between the two boys, which is nice, because you get the feeling that these two have really become best friends. As Raboot sneaks out for the third night in a row, Go and Ash follow and find him with the Lombre and Zigzagoon, teaching them to dance and giving them apples. The obvious parallel is the Nickets from back in Winden, that the episode aptly makes. And to Go's surprise, Raboot is very happy here, which it hasn't really shown any signs of since it had evolved. A Loudra group appear and start a dance battle, and they throw off Raboot's rhythm. This is a battle for territory, and Raboot was helping the Lombre and Zigzagoon. So Go goes to help Raboot by making it his own rhythm. Ash and Pikachu help too. All the Pokemon enjoy the dance, Raboot and all the wild Pokemon, forging a new bond between them all as friends. So Go leaves Raboot with all the wild Pokemon, thinking I'll be happier that way, and man, Ash does not seem happy about that choice at all. Now, I know it's easy to say, like, oh, well, Ash has left loads of Pokemon behind before, but he always makes sure that's the thing that a Pokemon wants to do after Pikachu's goodbye. So Go just thinks it's what Raboot would want without even asking Raboot if that's what he wants to do. So Go has immediate regret, and it's just simply too late. The doors have closed on the train, and it's just done. And Go is crying about the fact that he just did that to his own Pokemon. But luckily for Go, Raboot had made its way onto a train, and shares an apple with Go, smiling and showing that he really does like being with Go still. And I've got to just give credit to all the voice actors' performances here. Like, oh, it was heartbreaking having Go yelling out for Raboot. And, Rika, who's, Ash's voice actor, like, she kind of delivers that, like, more mature, like, mentor, kinda. I don't know how to describe it, but big sisterly? I don't know how to put that. So anyway, I don't know if this episode really addressed as much of Go and Raboot's relationship as I would have liked. However, I do think it did a pretty good job at reaffirming that Raboot likes Go, and maybe one day it'll be back to how it was when Raboot was a score bunny. I will say that as a character-driven episode, I liked it a lot. And I do think that Go ran the risk of really damaging their relationship further by just leaving Raboot alone. But luckily he didn't do that. And seeing Ash scold Go about it was one of those great moments to highlight just how much more of a trainer that Ash is than Go. So before I go, I just want to take a moment to talk about the future of the series. As you may or may not know, Pokemon is going to be going on a hiatus, and that's due to the global pandemic. I don't think anyone would do it, but please treat this decision with respect. It's only being done to protect those involved in the series creation. And if you want to feel upset about it, that's perfectly fine. I'm upset that it's happening too, but the delay is happening for a good cause. So this means that episode 23 is not going to be airing next week, and we just don't know when it will air. So what am I going to do for this channel? Well, I have a video in the works currently about Pokemon Sun and Moon, and I've also got episode 1 to 14 of this series to review, as I started making reviews around episode 15. I'll see about collabs too, and try to make some good content for you. Also, thanks for all the support from the Wrath collaboration. I really appreciate that. And anyway, be sure to stay safe, be kind about their decision, and have a great day.